Fantastic. Grace cares. Grace is what? Hey, bye, Miles. On a scale of 1 to 2.
That was whatever. Alright. I'm gonna go home. Alright. We did 2 sets. One night. Yeah, so doing C7, whatever the fuck it's called. Super fun, super intimate. Everybody kind of didn't give a shit about what you said. No one cared. No one had any opinion on what you said negatively. Because I did like a 10-minute set. So I just fucking everything that I have, basically. One thing that we really need to do, I know I'm gonna say it again, I need to write more material. And I'm realizing I need to write more material, not just because I need to get better and I need to really refine my stuff, but so my progression of doing stand-up isn't just the same set every time. And before I was like, okay, I had a week to write new stuff, you know, I had like a whole week, and then I fucking wouldn't. And now I'm like trying to do sets every day, where it's like, okay, I don't have that excuse, I just have to write and write. Let's talk about my content really quick. I am going to take a quick break from doing the shorts, maybe like a 2-day, 3-day break. I want to focus more on writing my stand-up, and then I know without a doubt that me writing will translate into having more short content stuff. I just feel like my last few ones have not been good. They have not been engaging or entertaining. They were just quick things that I could post, and I don't want to do that. But the content stuff, I need to just focus, because if I can make YouTube or stand-up a career, even if I'm just not even a career, $50 a week, 50 a week, that would be great. Like, that would make me be like, okay, we're moving up. Just start it whenever, you know?
Warning, this part of the video contains badass shit. You have been warned.
Rise and shine, fuckface! It's time to watch fucking comedy! Hello! What a weird angle. Okay. So, what do I remember from this set? I remember doing a set beforehand, which you've seen. That's the one at Thank You Miami, where I kind of bombed. I kind of didn't do too well. But I was not as loose, and I wasn't really comfortable. But then I went to this bar called 7 C's, and I didn't really bomb. Everybody was drunk. It was like 2 a.m. There were like 10 people in there, and I had a lot of fun. We're going to take note on stuff that I did, stuff that I worked on. I'm going to try to not cringe, because what I realized is the entire video is me just watching it, trying to force myself to watch it, and not even making enough comments on my set. So we're going to just dive in. We're going to critique the shit out of my set, but I had really fun on this one. So I guess let's just get into it, brother.
It happens to be a new friend of the Z's, and now he's a new friend of yours. Put your hands together, start clapping it up for Miles!
They never say my last name, which I'm cool with.
There we go. Thank you, Oscar. It is past my bedtime. It is past my bedtime. I have a Lego interview for the Lego store tomorrow, and I'm very nervous. But anyway, if your eyes are done adjusting, I'm sure you've noticed that I am white. Not just I am white, but my name is pretty white. My name is Miles John Watkins. People tend to react as if I just ate a dollop of mayonnaise when I tell them my name. And being in Miami, my name adapts, because I'm not Miles John Watkins. I'm not. I'm Miles Juan Watkins. Yeah. My entire life. Getting an Uber, it's always happening. But we were talking about Jewish people. So Elon Musk, his whole heart goes out to you situation is still being talked about to this day. And what I noticed is a lot of people that are defending him, saying that he isn't a Nazi, he's autistic. He's autistic, it's just he's awkward. I don't think that's what it is. Because the last time I went into Publix, I did not see the bagger just seek Heil. So.
Wow, that went on silent.
Aldi's, so I gotta go to Aldi's.
Fuck, I
Aldi's
ruined
is
it.
a German
I
grocery
explained
store,
it.
by the
Why
way,
did
to
I
add context. That's the key of telling jokes, is to tell
Fuck, I
the
ruined
people why they're funny.
That's how you make the joke funny.
Should I sit down? Let's sit here for like 35 minutes. Let's try that.
Let's go.
One time, Mormons came to my door, and I had no friends, so I welcomed them in, and they came in, and we talked, and we hung out. We actually played basketball.
There's one black guy in the crowd, so I fist bumped him.
And that was fun. They were really good at
There's
it.
no punchline.
Their
I was just
calves
being
were
stupid.
huge because they cycle everywhere. But let's
Riffing.
segue. How should I segue? I've been told that I have an old soul.
There we go.
You know, you've heard this one. Let's not. I won't stutter.
This
on
is the old guy called Handsome.
or repeat myself.
We're really old.
That's very observant.
Why am I rude?
You're still handsome. So, all my life I've been told that I have an old soul, and I used to deny it. I used to brush it off. But I realized that it's true. I dress like an old man. I have Werther's Originals in my back pocket at all times. They're on the table, actually. They're on the table, so you can just go over where the camera is. Wait, no, we'll just see him walk over. Oh, yeah. There he goes.
He wasn't lying.
Nope, I'm not a liar.
He grabbed one of my Werther's Originals. He
That's
left the
very-
wrapper there. I didn't
Wow,
appreciate that.
Good job. But, what was I even talking about? I have an old soul. Thank you. Anyway, I do a lot of things old
Holy
people
shit.
do. I like to walk in the park. I like to paint bird houses, drive slowly. I like to go to my local... What was it? I like to go to my local
Forgot the
Hooters
joke.
and flirt with the waitress and masturbate in the bathroom. But one thing, let's kick this away. I gotta stand up for this. One thing that old people do that I admire is they always tell you how hard it was for them growing up. My grandfather used to drive me to school every morning, and he would tell me every morning how he would have to walk 50 miles without shoes to go to school every morning. And I was thinking, what am I going to tell my grandkids? What am I
You know this
going
one.
to drop on them and be like, you don't understand my struggle, right? And I realized this is what it is. Let's play it out. My grandson walks over. I don't know what his name is, Muhammad or something. And I go, oh, hello, grandson. Chuck. There we go. Or whatever. And I go, oh, whatever. And he's like, Papa, please tell me about your day. What was it like in your time?
Very poor storytelling.
And then I would respond with, we didn't have self-driving cars. We had to drive everywhere. We had to think for ourselves. We didn't have brain chips to think for us. And the hardest thing of all was for me, I had to watch porn on my Nintendo DS.
Oh no.
Nintendo DS is a pocket, it's a pocket gaming
I explained to the
device.
old man.
It's like a Game Boy, but you flip it. Good
I
job.
fist bumped him for that. I was kind
Let's
of
see
being
what
an
else I
asshole, I
got.
feel like. I don't know what you guys think. I feel like I was being
Alright. Let's
yeah.
tell a shitty story. I used to be a busboy
You know, I'm
at
sorry.
a restaurant. Funny joke, I was employed. I used to be a busboy, and at this restaurant, no one spoke English in the back. No one spoke English, and everybody had a nickname. So one morning, I went to the back, and it was like my first week, and I'm just putting the dishes away, and a fry cook walks over to me, and he just points at me like he's christening me with my new nickname, and he goes, Medicong.
Oh no.
And he repeats it.
Maybe pace
He
it a
goes,
little bit.
Medicong. Now everybody in the back is calling me that. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's my nickname. American. So I'm going around like a cowboy with spurs on. I feel like a badass because everybody's calling me American, and I feel like that's cool. And one of the bus boys, his nickname was Bussy. Bussy is a slang term for boy pussy. Write that down. So Bussy was telling me, he was like, hey, how do you feel about your nickname? And I was like, I mean, I don't mind it. It's cool. I actually think it's pretty cool. And he's like, really? Do you know what they're calling you, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, they're calling you Medicom. And I'm like, yeah. American and Spanish. I know that. And he was like, no, dude, they're calling you gay. And I was like, oh, wow. This whole time, they've been coming up to me.
I butchered this.
They're like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gay. And my grandparents were gay, and their parents were gay. And this whole time, I've just been patriotically gay. All right, I'm done.
Fucked it up. Okay, so we just finished watching the whole thing. I fucked up the punchline because I was saying, this whole time I've been saying my parents are gay. Wait, well, how did it go originally? Wasn't it like, because it's like, oh no, I'd be like, yes, I am gay, and my parents are gay, and their parents are gay. This whole time I've been patriotically gay. I really like that joke. There's stuff I could work on with it. I think I was doing the Bussy thing because it's an inside joke with my buddy Dario and I, where we would just say Bussy. We're retarded. We would always say words like that to each other. So I thought it would be a funny little salute to him if I did it on stage. Maybe a different nickname would be funny. Maybe a different like Spanish nickname. But let's go over my notes. Should we do like a segue to my notes? Like a cool little montage to my notes? No. Okay. I miss a lot of keywords. I think what I need to do is write out each of my sets, maybe like word by word, and then the key words that I want to keep in there, I write down with it. So let's say it's having an old soul. So I start off that one being like, oh, my whole life I've been told I have an old soul. I dress like an old guy. I eat candy. I eat like old man candy. Just hitting like the key things like, oh, I drive slowly, and then to the and I go to the Hooters and flirt with the waitress and masturbate in the bathroom. That is a throwaway joke. That joke is there so I have like a little baby joke to go to the DS porn joke, which is another kind of small little flick. It's not a bomb that like makes people laugh. I enjoy telling those jokes, but I think I need to involve myself more in the storytelling. You know, like be a part of the storytelling, being engaged. I'm really into like the eye contact with the audience and maybe like leaning in a little bit, like being like more direct. I think I definitely need to move more, move around more, be more comfortable. I need to remember that most of the people in the crowd are comedians that I have conversations with all the time. So I need to just be more comfortable. Bring my notes on stage. I kept forgetting my notebook and using my phone. I hate using my phone. I hate seeing a comic with their phone out. I'd rather see them with a notebook. It makes me feel like they're taking this more seriously, a more serious hobby or career, whatever it is for them. Stop explaining jokes or explaining things. I kept doing that night where I would just be like, I would tell a joke and then I'd be like, oh, and DS is this, and that, because I thought that it would add more sarcasm to it. But it made me feel like a fucking asshole. Stay on track. I kept jumping off track. I think it's important to maybe jump off track a little bit and keep it going in the direction it's supposed to go. But I would jump off track, forget what I was supposed to say, and it just showed like weakness almost. But yeah, those are my notes for today. I'm just gonna be more silly, be more creative with my storytelling. And in my next two sets, you'll see those later, either this week or next week, that I definitely did that and I achieved that. I'm excited to see how I apply this set and the following sets for this coming Monday. But thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any ideas for bits, you can comment them or DM me, whatever. And yeah, if you have any funny ideas that I could do for the vlogs themselves, I want to make them more engaging and more fun